Welcome to Big Blue's Exploration. Today you join me from the Trois Valleys and specifically Val Thorens and on the way down to Oriel. Today was another excellent day on the mountain as always. The sun was bright for much of the day, which it hasn't been in days previous. It was a little bit warmer, but sometimes it was also quite cold. So I started again taking the half an hour lift up to Maribel Centre from Breed Les Bains. Had a good conversation with a few people on the way up, past the 27 minutes journey time. After that, I started making my way up on the Tungsten 1 and then Tungsten 2 lift to get up to the plateau separating us at Maribel and at Les Menuillas. So we here at Maribel are in the middle valley, and then on each side you've got either Val on the left or the Menuillas and Val Thorens on the right side. So after that, I made my way down and took the Tepes, the Grange chair up. Again, well, I made a little bit of a mistake of where I was going, so ended up skiing all the way down to the bottom of Les Menuillas and taking the extraordinarily crowded Le Bruyere Bruyères lift from both stations back up, and then skiing from there down into Val Thorens a lot. As you'll see in the video, the runs listed. After getting into Val Thorens, I met up with my friend from the US and at Columbus Coffee, and then headed over the top towards Plan Bouchette and Oriel. Oriel is like Breed Les Bains. It's on the other side of the mountain range. Again, it's down the valley at 900 metres compared to 600 metres for Breed Les Bains. So after making my way down there, we had a good bit of the morning skiing the rest of the runs around about the top of Oriel Basin, and then came back over towards Val Thorens and had a good ski round there before heading to have lunch. The place that we went to had been better, I was told, in the past. It was much more expensive than it had been when my friend had visited the last time. I'm sure it was Blutus, but the steak was overcooked, but they did replace it with one that wasn't overcooked, and I had foie gras for the second time, which was also quite delicious. And then I spent a bit of time skiing around Val Thorens before heading back up, and then almost being knocked over by a boarder and then a skier, all in the space of about 25 seconds, and then headed down Lac de Chambord, down to the bottom of the Mount Vallon, which is the highest part of Maribel. So I haven't been up there yet, but we'll be going up there in the next few days. And then ended up making my way down towards Maribel Centre, and then took the Roc de Tongue back up so I could reposition myself to get down into Maribel Centre and then take the lift back down to Breed Les Bains. Overall, the weather was good. I would say that Val Thorens was, well, it was a good resort. Just like Courchevel, there were some issues. So, lift infrastructure, I'm going to give that a 9. I'm going to give the skiing conditions and snowmaking, I'm going to give that like 8. I'm going to give the busyness a 7 because it was quite busy today, especially at the end of the day. It was really busy, people come back, because you see there's a lot of people that stay in Val Thorens, especially young. Partying scene, if you're not a partier, then it's not the best place to stay. Then the obviously conditions of the piste, that was about a 7, but then they normally have a lot more snow than they do this year. Also the food quality, the food I had was good, so there was a lot more on offer and around, so I would give that again 8.5, and overall for the experience we'll say an 8.5. So maybe not as good as Courchevel, but relatively around about an 8.5, 8. So definitely still in the top tier ski resorts that I've visited, but not one of my absolute favourites. Definitely good for family, lots of things to do. There's some blacks, but maybe not as much as you would like. But overall, it's a decent enough resort, and stay tuned again tomorrow for the second part of Courchevel, and then the day after Limoux, and then a final go round of the whole resort. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen, for watching another Big Blues exploration. Please click on that notifications, likes, and subscribe to the channel. Thank you very much again. Welcome to Big Blues Exploration. Today you join me from the Trois Vallées in France, comprised of Mirabel, Courchevel, Val Thorens Les the Oriel, and Latania, all served by lifts from the 600 kilometres of piste. Today is Sunday the 18th of January 2026. Bit windy today, so people have been advised to stay in the valley. So there's 3 valleys, obviously: Courchevel, Latania at the bottom, and then Mirabel with its multiple parts in the middle, and then Val Thorens in the third valley, and then just over the mountain there is the Oriels as well, which is a smaller part of the broader picture. So far, I've done a couple of runs. Left Bourg Saint Maurice about at 9 o'clock this morning. I had to wait at Moutiers for about an hour and 15 minutes until 11 o'clock for the bus to arrive. I got to the High, so the Hostel International, but this one mainly got rooms. I didn't actually see any dorms available. It was rooms, so it's better than normal. The weather today is overcast with patches of sun trying to come through, but overall the weather is pretty good, even though it is relatively windy, but not as windy as I would have expected for the warnings that were given. So already did a couple of runs. I've already getting a good understanding of what I think probably something around about an 8.5 for at least starting at the moment. Reason for that is that 9 for the infrastructure, tons of ability to get around, really well connected. As I said, it's not just up the mountain, but right down to Oriel and to Brid-les-Bains, making it very easy access. Transportation, it's not that far from Lyon to Moutiers, or you can take the train from London or Amsterdam quite efficiently, and then get up here relatively quickly after that. I think that the accommodation, about 8.5. Reasons for that is that, there's tons of accommodation. There's maybe not as much reasonable accommodation, but then you are coming to Mirabel and Courchevel and you are expecting to pay premium. But it is good that you have got Oriel and Brid-les-Bains, which allows you to stay somewhere that's connected but much cheaper than the rest of the main parts of the Trois Vallées. Overall, it seems like it's going to be an excellent week. Only issues today is it's a Sunday, that we have snowboarders, lots of them. I hope that doesn't continue, because I know that everyone's going to say, oh, snowboarders, oh, they're fine. Snowboarders think the same about skiers. But I think that there seems to be quite a lot of beginner snowboarders here, because obviously it's well recognised with the name, and because the slopes aren't necessarily the widest in all sections, then you've got a lot of narrow bits. Again, it's been a weekend, so it'll be interesting to see how it looks going into the Monday through Friday, when you would expect it to be a bit quieter, and therefore the sort of normal part of the skiing. So it'll be interesting to see what happens with that. But thank you again for your support and watching the videos. I'm looking forward to showing you more of the Trois Vallées, probably 6 or 7 videos, because it is such a large area. But thank you once again, and stay tuned for the next video. Thank you.